What's up everybody, this is Master Ian Gamer, and earlier today, Blizzard surprised us all with an out-of-nowhere Mauga animated short as a sort of teaser for not only the new hero, but also the upcoming launch of Overwatch 2 Season 8. And I gotta say, while this isn't on the same scale as the full 3D rendered animated shorts we've seen for other heroes in the past, I still love this short, so I gotta talk about it. Now, at the time of me recording this video, Blizzard hasn't posted the short itself on their official YouTube channel just yet. So far, it's only on their Twitter account, which is kind of annoying because a lot of people have been trying to find it and you have to go through Twitter. So I will have a link to that Twitter post down in the description if you haven't gotten a chance to watch this short for yourself just yet. I would strongly recommend doing so because it is phenomenal, and hopefully they put it on YouTube shortly. But anyways, getting into talking about the short itself, it seems to tie in with a sort of account takeover social media stunt, I guess you would call it, where a few hours before the short was actually revealed, Mauga supposedly took over the Overwatch Twitter account, claiming it to be his own, doing an AMA, and all sorts of fun characterization stuff like that. It's pretty clear this is all just a big marketing push for the new hero himself in the upcoming season, and is a fun little thing to do. We got some interesting lore tidbits about Mauga specifically, and then it seemed to culminate with Mauga leaking his own animated short, which is this 7-minute long anime-style cinematic showing off Mauga, Reaper, and Sombra going on a Talon mission. Now, the story context of this mission seems pretty generic. Basically, the three of them are just going to recover some data. They go into the downed Null Sector ship. They're trying to be all covert. But then Mauga, of course, is a big guy with big guns, so he goes in guns blazing, causing chaos, seemingly having compromised the mission and caused them to fail, only for it to be revealed in the end that all his seemingly chaotic, nonsensical fun was actually for a reason, which is to acquire the specific item they were looking for, as opposed to purely the data about that item. In terms of a lore context, I don't think the cinematic really gives any greater implications of like events happening with the Overwatch 2 universe or the Talon faction or these characters. It seems like it was probably written as just a sort of one-off little mission to showcase Mauga and his personality and character, while also featuring characters we already know and love like Sombra, Reaper, and even Doomfist. So on the story front, nothing too phenomenal or outstanding here for this short. It's pretty simple, pretty clean cut, just a fun little action-y sort of piece. But it does do a great job of depicting Mauga's character, which is a guy who at first glance appears to be a big, dumb, trigger-happy fool, but in actuality is rather clever and has his own sort of ideas and plans that he puts into action that seem to end up yielding more than the results one initially anticipated. Now, the other major thing I think is worth talking about when it comes to this little Mauga cinematic is specifically the art style of it. At this point, a lot of us are used to new heroes, especially new fan-favorite heroes like Mauga, getting the full-scale 3D animated shorts like what we saw with Junker Queen and Kiriko last year with their release, but instead Blizzard went with a simpler, kind of cheaper, you could even say, anime style, which we've seen them do a couple times in the past. It's very similar to the Genesis miniseries we got a few months ago leading up to the Invasion season, and has a similar art style to the Doomfist origin story we got a number of years ago back when he was first released. And while admittedly I don't think the visuals of this sort of animated short are nearly as impressive as the full-scale 3D rendered ones, I do like the idea of Blizzard being able to focus more on doing perhaps more cinematics like this if they focus on doing them in a cheaper form, such as this anime style. I guarantee you that animating this short was a lot faster and cheaper than it was to animate the Junker Queen's short. So while it is maybe a little disappointing that Mauga didn't get something quite on that same level, especially given how hype of a character he is and how much people have been anticipating his addition to the roster, I can't honestly say I'm disappointed with at least us getting what we did. I will note I do still have a bit of a sneaking suspicion that the reason Mauga didn't get a full-scale 3D animated short may actually have to do with the La Seraphim collab we saw about a month ago. The K-pop video Perfect Night featured a substantial amount of that 3D rendered animation for the 5 Overwatch heroes who got the skins for the event. So I can't help but feel like maybe Blizzard's animation department was so preoccupied with making the Overwatch segments in Perfect Night that they didn't have the time or resources to give Mauga his own 3D animated short. Just a bit of speculation there on my part. Who knows? Maybe I'm totally wrong. But the real point I'd like to come back around to is I like seeing Blizzard do these cheaper style animated cinematics, specifically if it means we could potentially finally be getting more of them. Because those full 3D rendered ones, those take a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of resources to produce. And what is it that the Overwatch community has always been begging for constantly ever since the game first launched in 2016? It's more story. We love seeing cinematics, we love seeing the characters in action outside of the game. And while this art style might not be quite as visually impressive as the full 3D ones, it's still a really satisfying, really fun short to get to watch. So Blizzard, definitely do more of these. Could you imagine if every single new hero got an animated short of this quality upon their release? Even lesser characters like Illari and Lifeweaver, who aren't super popular fan favorites because, well, we literally never saw or knew of them prior to them being added. But imagine if rather than the full 3D animated shorts, they could just get a fun 2D anime style one instead, just sort of showing off their character, more so than what we see with their origin stories, which are basically really simple animations just depicting who the character is. And while we did get one of those origin stories for Mauga, we also got this short, which I think does a fantastic job of showing him in action and really depicting who he is as a character. One last thing I would like to point out though about this anime short is that we do once again get what appears to be a sort of like Talon, not like a heavy assault level Talon outfit for Mauga, but his black shirt and sunglasses, which we've seen him wearing a few times at this point. He is noticeably lacking the colorful Hawaiian shirt, which he has been depicted wearing multiple times in the past, but he still has that black undershirt and the sunglasses, as we saw in his origin story and other artwork. So I gotta say, at this point, Blizzard, if this doesn't end up being a skin of his with the sunglasses and shirt, and hopefully the red parrot Hawaiian shirt as well, since that's such a cool aesthetic, what are you doing? As much as I like his shirtless default design, I think this outfit he has here is so cool. Please let this be a skin in game. Please, Blizzard, please let this be a skin with the Hawaiian shirt on top of it, because that's the one detail missing here that I think really brings it together. But on that note, let me know your thoughts on the Mauga animated short by dropping a comment down below. Were you surprised to see this short suddenly pop out of nowhere? What are your thoughts on it not being a full 3D animated short like what we've seen for other heroes? Do you think it's fine for Blizzard to do cheaper, smaller animations like this? Or would you have preferred the full 3D? Either way, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and be sure to subscribe, hit up that bell icon, come follow me on X, and join my Discord server to hang out and never miss any of my future Overwatch 2 news, streams, and other content. Special thanks to my YouTube channel members who help make these videos possible, and if you'd like to join them to earn some cool rewards, then just hit that join button down below. Otherwise, this is Master Ian Gamer signing off, and until next time, have a great day.